Aloha. My name is Catherine, and this is Neat and Not by the Sea, and my pronouns are she, her.
And kia ora, I'm Victoria, my pronouns are also she and her, and welcome to our Flosstube video.
And that's as much energy as we're going to expend on this.
Alright, it's sometime in August, I think. Do you know what the date is?
Oh, between the 22nd and the 24th, maybe? Friday is the 26th, because that's my mum's birthday.
So then today must be the 24th. So it's the 24th
Ta-da.
of August,
Very
2022. Look, that only took us 30 seconds to work out.
So, can I show off?
Yeah.
I want to show off. What a surprise, Catherine wants to show off. We've been doing a lot of te reo at work. So te reo is the New Zealand language of the Maori, and we have been doing a lot of practicing at work. So we spend half an hour per week going through things and pronunciation and all that. So we're trying to incorporate it into our daily life. So
That's so cool.
I can now say Kei te pehea koutou, and that means how are you all?
How do I say I am well?
Kapai.
Kapai. I thought that was well done.
Yes, but it's also good.
Oh, excellent. Kapai.
Yeah, I think it's right. There's all sorts of things. But yeah, it's been so great.
That's awesome. Is this like a long ongoing thing or just...
It's an ongoing thing because we're trying to improve as allies to Maori and to show in real meaningful ways that we are good treaty partners as a university. So I work for the Office of the Registrar, and it's really important for us that we do this. So it's just been excellent. We have a colleague that's actually studying it. So she's doing a paper at uni, and she comes and teaches a little bit. And I know quite a bit, but I know lots of words, separate words.
Yeah.
But I can now arrive, say hello, how are you, them respond, which normally used to leave me flummoxed, and then I know how to respond to that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then we can say bye.
It's fantastic. Like you, I know a lot of, well, not a lot, I know some individual words, and my mum was a early childhood teacher, and so they used to use it a lot. So I say things like moi for nap and kai for food. And, it's all the preschool things.
Yeah. But it's exciting because I'm also kind of on a bit of a language kick. I think I'm just like, oh, I've got free time, theoretical free time, because my babies have left home. So I'm gonna learn. So Maori, so te reo at work, and then outside of work, I want to do basic Portuguese and basic French. Because I never did French at school, and then when you live in England, it's like you can't say anything, because most people have done French at school, so you can say something.
Yeah.
And I was terrible. I got better, but I was terrible. So I would like to get a little bit better.
That's awesome.
And then because I'm going to Peru on holiday in December, tickets are booked. It's very exciting. I thought, we're going to Cusco. I might be able to find a little Quechua class. Because Quechua is one of the indigenous languages of Peru. So that was exciting for me. I have no aspirations to be bilingual, so fluent in anything now. Beyond
so you're already
Spanish
bilingual.
Spanish and English, that'll do.
Yeah.
But I would like to have a peppering of
That's cool.
something so that you can order a cup of coffee in Portugal if ever you get there.
When I travelled, I went around Europe, and I went on a tour group, and before we got off the bus on whatever destination we would, the tour guide would go through how to say hello and thank you, and I'd get so nervous every time we went to a shop. It was just English came out. Never once did I manage to.
And that's the thing, you have to practice it, you have to say the words. There's no good saying them in your head. So anyway, I just wanted to say I'm very excited because I'm learning te reo.
That is super exciting.
I really have used up all my energy.
Oh.
Anyway, I am very post-COVID still. I'm very tired. I'm managing work, and so that's really great. But I haven't been crafting. Barely. I don't really have the energy for YouTube either, which is surprising because that's like 30% of my life. So yeah, I'm going to sleep really early. Falling asleep early, like 9:30 is absolutely my latest bedtime.
Wow, that is early for you.
And I'm waking up early sometimes because perimenopause. So if a hot flush wakes me up, I'm done for.
Oh.
So Monday night was 3:30. But yesterday, this morning it was 10 to 5, so that was great. But Yeah, so there's a mixture. I'm just justifying myself because there's very little to show you here. But we're very happy to be here.
We are very happy. Well, I'm sure, even though both of us, because I've had a very busy 2 weeks and also struggling with the fatigue from the tail end of COVID. But
and I think people need to know that is a fact.
It's a real thing. Yeah. So I struggle to stitch for an hour, like a solid hour, where usually I could do, on a good weekend day when I had nothing else to do, you could do 6 hours easily.
Well, I struggle to pick a project.
Oh.
Like I just don't even have the energy to go through my bags to decide what I want to say. I just don't have the energy. I'm not. I bring my laptop home every day just in case lockdowns and stuff. I'm not opening my laptop.
Wow.
I'm not for work, but I'm not opening.
Not even for Pinterest. Yeah.
No, I'm not doing any of those. I'm doing lots of imaginative creativity. Like I'm having fantastical plans in my head, but they're not resulting in anything. I just don't have the oomph. In fact, I spent 3 evenings before falling asleep unpicking a shirt. That's as much energy as I had. And I noticed that I could do it because my arms were resting on my boobs. So it was very low energy.
You even have to hold yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And I found myself stooping at work today, and I thought, oh, Catherine, because I was so tired.
Can't hold yourself up anymore.
Anyway, lots of excuses.
Yep.
Anyway, do we have any FFOs, Victoria?
No FFOs.
Oh, sorry, I just jumped. Have you got any shenanigans? Because you've got some shenanigans.
Well, I've had 2 very busy weeks. So last time we filmed early in the week because I was having some cysts removed. So I had one here and one there because I can feel the spiky here. And that all went very well. They whipped those out and I've got photos of them because they were so cool.
Oh, I want to see the photos because this is like
I'll show you the photos.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah. And apparently I'm a medical mystery because I had a large one up here and there was a baby one growing underneath it.
Okay, I'm a bit grossed out now, but yeah, good for you.
But it was good.
But I love all those sort of interventions. I think they're great.
And I had like 5 stitches in each and I couldn't wash my hair.
You did tell me. You did tell me. Yeah.
I had stitches and I couldn't wash my hair for 48 hours and it was revolting.
Yeah.
And when I did wash it, there was all this gross gunk going down the shower.
And actually, it's really good that you mention it because some people don't talk to any of their friends about sort of personal matters.
Oh.
And so then they can be really mortified about something like as normal as a cyst or hairy nipples. Sorry, I had to say that. Anyway.
I should have put a warning at the start of this for people who don't deal well with things, but I won't put the photos in there.
It's just human anatomy, right?
I really enjoyed it. I wish I could have seen them because
you could have taken the stand.
you could feel them pulling them. It was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, but
then I was
it's
naked
good to talk
afterwards
about it as well.
Yeah. And I was tired afterwards, so even though I had a day off work to recover, I didn't do any stitching that day. I just napped. I think because
it's still an emotionally draining experience.
Because you don't quite know what to expect.
I mean, either because it was traumatic or because it was too exciting for you, obviously.
And one of them, this one here, was a squirter, and I got the woman in the face
screaming a coffee.
It was great. I had a great time. Then took the stitches out. That was good.
So it's all back to normal now, do you think? Like, does it feel smooth?
Yes, and it's so weird. So for years, I've had one here, and it's been like it's an obvious lump, and it grows.
To you?
To me. And it's not there anymore, so it doesn't feel like my head.
You've got phantom syndrome.
Yeah.
Phantom limb syndrome, but it's phantom lump
syndrome.
Phantom lump
syndrome.
So that was one adventure.
That was one adventure, and the other adventure was work very generously took our office up to the New Zealand Institute of Architecture conference in Auckland. And so that was a day full on of eating and so much eating. And so there were 4 internationally renowned architects.
Some building talk, right?
Yeah. Well, each of them did a presentation for an hour and a half, and they were amazing. Lots of really different styles and really different approaches, and some of it may not be particularly to my aesthetic, but it was still great seeing how they arrived at that sort of solution, and it was really cool and really inspiring. And we had some great food in Auckland. We went to an Italian place called Mozzarella. That was in our hotel that we stayed at. And we went to My boss said it was Chinese, but I suspect it may have been Asian infusion. It was called Ghost. It was delicious. There were a lot of chilies.
Yay.
And I only recently become comfortable with eating more spicy things.
When she says spicy, it probably isn't.
Probably not, no. Very white, spicy things, you know.
Pakeha chili.
And for some reason, so this was at the end of this full-on day of conferences and listening and conversations. This amazing beef dish came out that had green beans and chilies and, it was just amazing. And for some reason I thought, they've cooked the chilies, they obviously won't be hot anymore, so I just ate a chili. It was real hot.
Was it a whole chili with the chili seeds in it?
It was a whole chili. It was like this long and it was red, and I'm sure it wasn't like in the hot family of chilies,
Probably
but it was
not.
for me. It was very spicy.
It was in the hot family for
It's
chilies.
like, a craft of water later. But the food was amazing.
If you ever eat a chili by accident and it's really hot and you're suffering, milk or yogurt is the thing.
Yeah, because it lines your
not
stomach
water.
or something, doesn't it? And
No, but your tongue.
Ah.
Yeah, it dampens it down. So.
But that's been my shenanigans. So it's been a busy couple of weeks, but it's been good.
It was also a bit sad for you because you wanted to go and see the dinosaur.
I did. I wanted to go see the dinosaur at the museum, but we just did not have time. So
that was disappointing.
we arrived in Auckland the day before the conference, and we didn't get into our hotel till 6 o'clock at night, and obviously the museum's shut. And then the day of the conference we were leaving the hotel at 7:30 and got back at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my lord.
It was a big day. And then the next day we left for the airport by 10 o'clock, so the museum didn't open till 10. So I missed the dinosaur.
And no craft shopping either.
No craft shopping, no. I did look up to see how far away Ribbon and Rose was, but it was about an hour.
I think next time, can you please ask your boss to just give you a little bit more notice so you can sort yourself out and stay another day?
Yeah.
I think that would be grand.
But of course, when they planned this, it was all going to be great, and then when it actually approached, people got deadlines that we're trying to meet, and these things eventuate out until the worst time possible, but it was really good.
But those things they keep you like really enthused about your career, and yeah, they're important.
Yeah, no, it was great.
I'm trying to think if I've done anything exciting. I think the only exciting thing that has happened in my life is that we sold our camper. I don't think I talked about that. I know it made me sad.
Because we've had several camping weekends away in there.
Oh no, we've talked about it because you had said, oh, we'll just have to go to a hotel. Maybe I've talked about it, but that was a bit sad. And Martin and I were talking because we've now moved to Waiko 80, so we're living there.
Devastated.
I love it. But Dunedin is half an hour from my house, literally exactly, to the supermarket that we go to. And Oamaru is 40 minutes. So I said to Martin, sometimes instead of going to Dunedin food shopping, why don't we go to Oamaru and make a day of it? I go to the antique shops, go to the op shops, go for a coffee. And Martin was like, we can't park the camper and have a coffee looking at the sea.
Aww.
But we can go to a coffee shop, it's fine. And then go to the supermarket on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's only 40 minutes away.
Is it really? No,
that's what he reckons.
I reckon it's 50 minutes away.
Whatever. It's less than an hour. So I'm quite happy with that. That'll be a
lovely wee days.
Middle-age adventures. But I think I've just been busy at work, really, trying to be a grown-up. But it's really lovely because I keep bumping into my lovely daughter around uni.
Does she acknowledge you?
She does. It's so lovely. Yesterday she really frightened me because she came behind me and went, ah! And I screamed, but I was so happy in my heart. I didn't care.
Oh, lovely.
And Sophia's coming home tomorrow. So that's lovely.
Hence why we're videoing on Wednesday.
That's right. And she said that she's going to cook every night to give us a break. Lovely. I think she's going through a cooking kick. Cooking and baking. She said, I'll cook every night because so that you can have a break. I'm thinking. So anyway, she's got her shopping list, and Martin, I can't take the day off tomorrow, which is a bummer because I wanted to take the day off to be with her, and also to rest. I thought I'm just going to be at home. If she wants to be with me, that's great. If not, it doesn't matter. But I can't take tomorrow off.
Can you take Friday?
I've got a job where I can't take days off sometimes. Yeah, I've taken Friday off.
Nice.
So we'll hang out on Friday. We might, because we can't afford to spend the long weekend with her.
Oh, so you'll be in Port this weekend.
Yeah, just this weekend. But then that's it, because we've got a dog run now for the doggy and everything.
Ah.
So, but she's going to come to Waikouaiti to help me set up her bed. And we're trying to get the sleep outs ready so that they can always just come there. Because it is such a lovely place.
It is lovely.
Very beautiful. Anyway, I don't think I've done anything else exciting.
Oh, well, shall we start?
Yes. And I'll tell you about my new adventures after, about my planned adventures when I show you my
Excellent.
shopping.
Excellent.
Okay, good. So no FFOs.
No FFOs.
Do we have FOs?
No.
No. Let's look at one of your wits, Victoria.
Just one.
Work in progress.
That one. All right. So I have spent some time in the last few days working on the Red House by the Sampler Company, or the Red House Sampler. And I have finished. I can't find where I've... There they are.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not that boring. This is a great one. So I have done that tree there.
Is that the tree as it is finished?
That is the tree finished. Well, there's grass and things to put on the base of it, but that
Okay.
essentially is the tree.
I love it because it's wonky.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's great. I really love this one. I'm quite excited to get it finished.
Mm.
I'm not looking forward to doing the other half of that border though, because the border got a bit boring. But, you know,
You'll be ready for it.
we'll do it.
Yeah. By the time rolls around. I think when we film in my house, we need to not do it with a table between us, because when we were doing close-ups, they were a long way away.
Yeah.
I think this is better. So
Yeah.
We'll do it on the sofa. Great. Oh, I've just got one work in progress. And then I was worrying that it wasn't even a work in progress, but I think it is. So the only thing I've worked on this fortnight, cross-stitch related, is this Rose Cottage Pin Keep by Stacey and Ash Primitives, which we all know I love. So last time I had finished the house and I had started, so I'd finished the house and I'd done this sort of very beige cream line underneath, but I'd started on this zigzag. So I finished the zigzag and I've done this line. And also I haven't quite finished the vase, but I've done quite a lot. No, I think I've finished the vase. I haven't done all the flowers and leaves that come off it. So
Right.
I've used, just from that stash that I was given by that lady in England, there was a variegated thing, so it was quite fun to use that. So that was good. In my cross-stitch adventures, I noticed that I made a big mistake, which of course delights me. But I somehow didn't count enough. I didn't count right, because this is not long enough. From here to here is not long enough for all the divisions that have to be here. So there should be space for another line between these two, but there clearly isn't. There's like, I don't know, 15 stitches short. So I don't know if you can see there, but there's a line with like a basket and two initials and a little interesting sort of almost quilty-like motif and some initials. So I'm going to keep that line, possibly put my initials, maybe my mum's initials, I don't know. And I don't have room for the alphabet, so I might just do the numbers. I don't know. I'll do something funky. Sorry, don't want that to come off. So anyway, I'm super delighted. It's going really well. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm slowly enjoying it. So that's it. That's all I've done cross-stitch wise.
So my second and final whip for the last is this one here. This is the Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. So this is the stitch along I'm doing through Stitch Witches. So we have a class, or we have a get together every second Tuesday of the month, and we do two
That was
bands.
this week, wasn't it?
Week before.
Yesterday.
Week
Oh,
before.
okay.
And I'm finding, just because I'm not stitching as much as I usually do, just getting the bands finished for the classes just takes up essentially all my stitching time. But what have I done? I have finished the cross stitch, which I hadn't done last time, of that band, and I've been working on this band here, which has got several different stitches in it, the two browns that I can't remember what they are, but this has come together really nicely. I am enjoying it. It just doesn't leave me much time to do other things.
It is lovely.
It's really pretty.
Have you checked your Instagram recently?
No.
Because I sent you...
Oh, someone had finished it. No?
Nothing to do with your work, really.
Oh.
Someone had posted... I follow lots of Mexican, Guatemalan, Colombian, lots of makers and artists. And someone had gone from Colombia. She's an embroidery teacher. And she'd gone to Mexico to give some classes and stuff. And she'd come across this exhibition. And don't put it away, because it's kind of adjacent to your project. Mm-hmm. But they had this exhibition... and of course, Mexico was also colonized by Spain, which had been colonized by Arab countries. I don't know which Arab countries. Muslims from somewhere. So that's part of the heritage of Spain. And so what they had done, and this was cool. I sent you the photo on. But what they had done, that stitch that I really like that you had done. Oh, so this stitch, what was that one called again?
Oh.
So it's, can you even see it?
That one is the Norwich.
So Norwich stitch. But they had done it in massive.
Yeah, I think huge would have been awesome.
It looked so cool. So I was like, oh, I can get behind that. So I was quite excited to try that. Because this is just too fiddly.
Mm. Yeah, if I was doing this again, I wouldn't do it on a 40 count. I'd probably do it on a 32 or a 28.
But no, when I say massive, I mean that each square was this size.
Beautiful.
And they were all in reds, and the tone of the red changed because, you know, the threads are over, and, you know, some of them have like 2 threads behind them, and some of them only have 1, just because of the design of the stitch. And it kind of changed the color a little bit. Norwich stitch. I do want to try that one. So it was great. So if it was, I don't think it was a story, because if it's a story, it
disappears.
It disappears. So I hope it wasn't a story, because then I would like to be able to find it again. I don't think I saved it as a special thing on mine. Because I'm not on Instagram as much either, because I find it tiring as well. Although I was today, I was on for about half an hour because I woke up early.
I just enjoy lying on the bed with something to listen to. It's about as far as my attention span's going at the moment. So that's all my whips for the last 2 and a bit weeks.
Yay. High achievers are what?
Not here.
Okay, so do you have any craft pantry?
Yes. So, you guys may have mentioned it before, but I may not.
You have.
So I have signed up for Di Fisher's 17th Century Arcade Band Sampler. And this is a picture of more or less what it will look like at the end, but there's another band that goes up the top.
Did you say arcade?
Was it arcade?
Arcaded.
Arcaded. What is?
I'm not sure what
and the
word
kit
means.
came in. So, I have got...
Show me the photo. You keep talking, I'll just have a look.
My beautiful piece of fabric, which I have started to count it out, because there are 7 bands and each is so many threads high. I have started to mark out rows of 10. So I'm through that, getting through that, and that is 32 count lamb's wool linen. And this is done in silks. And
lamb's wool.
Oh, the colour is lamb's wool.
Oh, I was, yeah, okay.
Because I didn't have any cool labels for this, and because there's no symbols like I'd normally do my floss drops in, I made labels for my bobbins. Can you see them? There we get them into focus.
Okay. I have understanding.
Ugh. Anyway, you can't see. Because there's different brands, I've got the brand on one side and then the number on the other. And I'm super pleased with how that looks.
But these are the called for, right?
These are called for, yeah.
Should we have a learning minute?
Okay.
Okay. Arcaded. It means these are arcaded. They're like
like a chevron.
arches.
Ah.
So you have, this would be an arch, and this could be defined as an arch, and even the flowers, they have kind of like an arched.
I'm going to pretend I've always been very well educated, and I'll just amaze everyone with that knowledge.
I am a trained librarian. I love research.
So
That's going to be very pretty.
that is an intensive. That's 8 days worth of course spread over 4 months to get it done.
You're just not going to have time for your
No,
job.
it's not 8 days. Must be more than that because I've had to take time off work. Plus, it's in the weekends.
Great. You are overachieving.
And there's a whole pile of stuff I've got to do in preparation for the class. So that's what's in that folder. And another thing I shopped for that Catherine doesn't know about.
Oh.
I got another mouse. I better bloody stitch one of these.
She's a little bit obsessed.
So there's 4 of these. There's one for each season, but you can't get all the seasons anymore. So I'm just going to have to try and...
You're sad.
So this is the spring mouse scissor roll. And it's so cute. So this pattern comes with both the mouse and the roll.
So hang on. So when you say that you can't find it, do you mean of this style? Because you also have like 2 different things now.
Yeah, so...
You have the thing that Paola gave you, that was 2. And I thought that was a complete set.
Yes.
Okay, and then you have the one that you bought initially.
And the pink one, yes.
Yeah, so that's not part of this.
No. When I say there's a set, I mean this is spring, scissor roll and mouse. And there's an autumn, summer and winter one.
But there's 3 on here.
That's just different rotation views of it.
Oh, okay. Great. You do have to start.
I do. And stitching adjacent, but I'll show this.
Oh, yes. Oh, do you want me to hold it?
No, I think we've got it good. I've put it out on the breadboard. So my sister very kindly found for me this flower frog in an op shop. And then it holds all my scissors in it.
Had you been on the lookout?
I had been on the lookout, and I'd asked Amy to look out when she was in the op
You
shops.
never asked me, because I go to the op shops a lot.
Oh, well, can you keep an eye out for some scissor frogs? Not scissor frogs.
What now?
Flower frogs.
What, you need another one?
Well, I think I need a collection, because at the moment I've just got one, which is just like a passing interest. 1's an object, 2's an interest, and 3's a collection. I feel a collection might be in my future.
I do think you have to have odd numbers.
Yeah.
Are these all your scissors that you could find today?
Minus a couple of sets, pairs, yeah. I'm obviously going to need to
Love
get new scissors as well, more scissors. They had some awesome ones with octopus and stuff at Stitch Witches that I was in there the other day.
Cool idea.
I spent your voucher on that kit.
Oh, great.
Have you gave me a voucher?
I gave Victoria a voucher because she looked after my dog for a whole weekend.
I did.
She's not a dog person, she's a cat person.
I don't mind dogs. My house is just, it's not a doggy proof section or anything, but it was no problem.
And we have friends that are going to look after her whilst we're away for a month.
Excellent. Anyway, someone was interested in my scissors and my flower.
Well, it was actually Kim that wanted to see a scissor show.
Oh, well, look. I've got fairies, green, pink, blue, and yellow. See, most of these are just $5 scissors that I find, you know, they're like impulse buys at the counter. But because I'm me, I have to get the whole thing.
That's right.
These are my awesome red ones, which you guys have seen
cute.
before. These are cool metallic-y ones. They're all nice and sharp. I got these. These are proper nice ones. These are Kim Cott. I can't remember. The same brand as these ones.
Yeah.
Which are Flash. But I got this with you when we were at
Stitch Witches?
No, the other one. The stitching recycling shop.
Stitch Kitchen.
That's the one.
Oh, I didn't realise that. I didn't. Obviously, I was too busy buying recycled fabric, and I didn't notice.
And my sister got these from the sale bin for me from the sale bin at Spotlight.
What is it? What
It's just
bird?
wings. These are unicorn ones because who doesn't need unicorn scissors? These were in the sale thing at Spotlight, and they're just odd little ones with a wee scissor sheath. These ones are very pretty. I don't know where I got them. These ones were from Spotlight.
Oh, are they?
And these ones are from Spotlight. And I've got more scissors. I just don't know where they are.
Spotlight's our big box store if you're not in New Zealand.
Yeah. So that's my scissors in my scissor frog. Not flower frog. And the reason I'm showing you them on the board is because the holes go right through.
Yeah. So these would have been put in a flower vase.
Yeah.
And you would have put your flower stems in it so that it was arranged prettily.
Yeah. And you would have had water in the bottom of it.
Yeah. Nice.
And that's me for shopping.
Okay, so
Or the stuff that's arrived anyway. I've got a book on the way.
I've been thinking about getting a book, not to do the designs, but just to be inspired, because I found it quite inspiring. I think it's called Magical Stitches, an
This is a
American
great
designer. Yeah, books are great though.
It was recommended reading for that 17th century one I'm doing, so.
I think if you're going to do that 17th century one, I think that's almost forced reading, that you have to read some 17th century romances.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Kind of
Anyone
goes.
who's got recommendations for 17th century romances?
What do they call them?
Bodice
rippers. Yeah. Or at least watch Bridgerton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I haven't done a rewatch of Bridgerton for ages. Was going to watch North and South, but you know.
Someone must have let you down really badly.
Someone let me down really badly. It's left a permanent scar.
COVID excuses.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going to show you all cool stuff.
I've just got. I'm going to show you two of my knitting projects. Only because I'm pathetic, I'm going to show you something.
Show that bag. It's awesome.
Which bag?
This bag.
Oh, I think I've shown it before. It is stuck. Okay, so I am tired, which means I did about one row of this. It is a tiring I really have to focus. I can feel my brain cells sort of burning.
This is your jumper of many twists, isn't it?
Yeah. And of course, to add fun to the project, I don't have enough balls of yarn. So I finally made it to Felt Princess, which is an independent yarn shop. They didn't have any. Because it's one of those sad stories. New Zealand doesn't really have many mills. So this is New Zealand wool processed abroad and then shipped back. So it's a shame. But there's some exciting news about that.
Ooh.
And
could they order you more in?
No, let me tell my story.
Sorry, well you've just got sidetracked.
It's long-winded because I'm tired. Particularly slow. Riveting, of course. So I finally went to Felt Princess, which is my preferred because they're independent and they live in Dunedin, so I like that. So then I was like, okay, I've run out of time. I'll order online from this chain of yarn shops. Where I used to be the manager. And I did my order, and then it came to like pay for the postage. I was like, I just can't do it. I just can't pay $8.50. Of course, Martin's just laughing his head off in the car because he's like, "You're so ridiculous." I was like, "I know." And the thing is, I'll pay more in petrol toing and froing anyway. So I didn't order it. I cancelled the order. Then back at work, I phoned them from work. Hi, because you could also like collect from the store for $3. I wasn't going to do that. I just phoned them. No, they don't have it either. So then I did do an order online because they did have it online, only to be told by an email after, we'll let you know if it's in. I was cross. It's just crap. In 2022, you can have a website, when you're a big company, you can have a website that only shows actual stock.
Yeah, with an inventory link.
Yeah. So anyway, I was a bit cross. Anyway, I don't have yarn. I don't have enough yarn, but part of me thinks it's really funny if I do this really complicated project and then I can't finish it.
Yeah, the top of it's a different colour.
If I can't finish it, I'll do little sleeves. Or maybe even capped sleeves. That'll be cute. And there'll be an anecdote. It'll be funny if I can't get to the neck. That'll be proper funny. So anyway, I made like maybe 2 lines progress. Because of course, unfortunately, every time I pick it up, if I've had a break, then it takes me a good 5 minutes to figure out where I am and what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Show the bag, because I've already said.
Okay, so
it's so cute.
This is a bag by a New Zealand maker, and I bought it years and years and years and years ago, when I was still a stay-at-home mum, and so of course I was always trying to find like stay-at-home mums that I could buy things from. It's very pretty, and she was very cute, and I said, oh, could I have the what's the bird called?
Peacock.
The peacock sort of featured. And she managed it.
That's so cool.
So it was very good.
What's the badge on it?
My daughter-in-law gave me this, and it says Crafter.
Beautiful.
It says Crafter.
With some scissors. There we go.
Yeah, it's not really. Is it Crafter or Maker? What does it say? No, it says
Crafty.
Crafty, with an I at it.
No way.
IY, Crafty. She gave me 1 year. And I have started making some more socks.
I love these little snap things that you put your...
Oh yes, to put my
things in.
DPN. So
It's so cool.
My preferred method is with double pointed needles because I really like the rhythm of finishing your stitches from a knitting needle, and then you have like the pause to shift them again. I love that. People hate that. It's like the people that hate that hate it with a passion. I love it. So anyway,
I love the colour.
so I'm trying to use all my little bits. So I've just got. Sorry, it's all a bit of a mess because of course I'm using it from the same little ball, so I had to like wind it on somewhere else. But anyway, and I'm knitting them at the same time.
Is that because you know you'll run out of that colour eventually and you would still like them to look...
Yeah, I would like them to kind of look semi the same, and I'll once I've done a reasonable amount of colour, it doesn't matter so much. But I would like to have them in that colour. I'll finish that colour for the cuff.
Yeah.
However long that is, and then
Beautiful.
I'll use some of the colour. Have I chosen a colour? Oh yeah. Have I got it here? Oh yes. So I'm using.
Pretty.
I've got a whole cardigan. In this, but unfortunately, two things have happened. So I bought this from the UK. I've forgotten the brand now, but it's a really cool company, sort of an independent mill. But it's got mohair and it's quite coarse and it's a bit itchy. So two things happened. I knitted a cardigan with it by a New Zealand designer who then became anti-vax and led a misinformation group. One of 3 women in New Zealand that have done that. And so I'm really disappointed that she was a designer that I admired. So I don't really want to support or wear the cardigans she designed, on top of which is itchy. So I've kept it for years and I've not worn it. So I'm actually going to unravel it. I can't imagine anyone in the op shop will pick it up and go, oh, lovely, soft. What do you think?
Oh, that is...
It's got a little
coarse.
something.
It's prickly.
It's a little... Like I'm okay once it's settled. Sometimes you can put a prickly thing on and after 10 minutes you don't notice it. So this is like that. But apparently mohair is considered like nature's nylon. So I'm making them for socks.
Nice.
We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to unravel the cardigan because I don't want to support anti-vaxxers and misinformants. So that was a shame. What else? So I've shown you my 2 projects. Oh yes, so can I talk about my new hobbies?
Yes.
Okay. So I've been thinking a lot about, I think it's because I've been lying in bed thinking about stuff to do. I have finally signed up for some classes, which we had talked about privately. We've been talking about, you know, I wouldn't sign up for embroidery or anything textile related because I feel like I have a real affinity with textiles, and so I'm not saying I can do everything, but if there's something I can't do, I can find it on YouTube and I can
You're
learn
not
it.
intimidated by
I'm not
textiles.
intimidated by new things. I can just get on with it and do it. And I'm as good a knitter as I need to be. Every so often I'll learn a new technique, but I wouldn't go to a class. Because quite often people will go to a class because they admire the teacher. Like there's a lot of celebrities in knitting world. So I'm not bothered. And it's the same with embroidery. I've got as you know, I've got a very fixed idea of what it is I'm trying to achieve with my embroidery, and I can do that on my own. So I don't go to classes with that. But Victoria's been super sociable, which had been your goal,
Yes.
and you have signed up for things, and you wanted, and I kind of feel like, oh yeah, interesting. You're doing nothing, Catherine. But then something came up, and I was like, I would pay, and that's the other thing. I'm quite frugal, in case you haven't noticed. But I would pay for drawing classes. So I've signed up for 1 full day class of watercolors. So that's exciting. I've been wanting to, I dabble with watercolors, but it'd be really great to be taught. I've never been taught stuff. So that'll be really great. And then as soon as I signed up for that, the email that I had been waiting for classes in Ulverston, which is one of our sort of old houses here where they do tours and stuff. They also do drawing classes. The email came literally 3 minutes after I'd signed up for the first one. So I thought, I ummed and ahed because that was quite pricey.
I don't think you've said what the Ulverston one is.
So yeah, so I've signed up for 10 weeks of botanical drawings.
That
with watercolors. So you draw it and then you watercolor it.
That's so good. Do you like? Is it like a black ink thing that you then watercolor?
No.
Oh.
No. I don't think so. I think at some point there'll be choices that you can make, but this is just the basic. I think you use just a soft pencil for your drawing and then the colour of the flower.
Excellent.
Watercolour. So I'm excited about that. And then, so I've signed up for those two things, and I think for one of them you have to have watercolours, for the other one you don't, but I already have watercolours and I have papers and stuff. And then I've been thinking, now that we've moved to Waikouaiti, I've been so inspired by the beautiful landscape. It's quite different from Dunedin. It's only half an hour, door to door to my work. But the landscape, the hills, I'm not going to call them mountains, they're just hills. They're softer and rounder. I think one of the reasons I love it is it reminds me of England.
Yeah.
I get quite nostalgic about England, so that's quite lovely. And we keep thinking about just, you get these sprinklings of trees and then the mountains, and it's just so beautiful. Anyway, I've been secretly thinking about oil paintings. So I thought, I can do that. So I'm going to start oil paintings, and I'm going to use the impasto technique, which I love, which is the one where you use the little knife palette and you're quite thick and dauby with the oil paints. So I'm excited about that. So I've warned Martin, there's going to be a lot of rubbish paintings coming your way.
That'll be wet for years because it's so thick.
Yeah. But yes, I'm so excited about it. And today I did a big order from, what's it called? Gordon Harris, I think it's called. It's a chain of maybe 3 or 4 shops in New Zealand. But one of my art friends said to me, that's where most students buy their stuff, because it's significantly cheaper, even with the postage. So I did some research in my lunchtime, and I bought, there was like 6 or 9 colours that said, you don't need all the blues, you don't need all the greens. So I was just looking at a blog, and she was a painter, and she did beautiful things, and she said, these 6 colours will do you. Like, you could just get 3 and do everything with that, plus a white, or you could just get these 6. So I got those 6, and then there's an impasto medium that you can get to thicken up your paint to make it go further, because it's an expensive hobby. And I got some palette knives, and I got a palette, and...
Did you get a beret?
No, I'll knit one. I think that's everything. It cost an arm and a leg, or as we say in Spanish, an eye of your face.
Oh.
It did cost quite a lot.
It's alright, you deserve it.
Right? And anyway, and then I'd gone to an art shop here in Dunedin to check out like table easels, and then I checked out online as well, and I found that the Stationery Warehouse had the most economical one, which is all I need. I don't need fancy stuff. So anyway, I'm going to show you, because I'm very excited about this, but I'm going to show you out of range. So I'm very excited. I mean, I've wanted to do this sort of stuff since I was 18. And I think this is kind of, it feels like, I mean, I do this often. It feels like a gift to myself for having been a good mum. Like, I've done a great job with my kids, and now my kids have flown the nest, and they're having their life adventure, and I get to indulge myself a little bit. So
this is so
I have bought myself a table easel. So you get this, so you can put your board or your canvas on there, and it gets trapped between these two. And then you also have, which is necessary in my little house, space to store your paints and whatnot.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and you can adjust, you can move these around to make fit things. So I'm super happy about this. I'm very excited.
That's so cool.
And so many times in my life, when you're younger, well, you don't, but there are times in your life when you just can't afford certain things.
Yes.
And I've wanted one of these for such a long time, even though I'm not a painter. I just couldn't afford. There's just no way I could afford it. I mean, this has been a real extravagance between the classes and these 2 shopping sprees.
And so you're also looking at getting an easel to sit. No, you don't want to sit on an easel, would it?
No, this sits on your table. This is a table.
It's a table
easel.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a standing easel.
Oh, I can just see you sitting, in the field. Like
Well-
on Midsummer Murders, there's always an art class on the field.
Well, you can take this.
True.
You could have a little thingy and just rest it on there.
That's so cool.
I don't want to buy all the things. I just want to try a few things out and see what sticks.
That's so cool. I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, so it turns out I can sign up for a class after all.
Excellent.
It just has to be the right class. So my class doesn't start until the 11th of September, so I don't think...
Which is terribly close.
Yeah, but it won't have started before we film, will it? It's only the 24th. It won't have started.
No, there'll be another. There'll be one more.
There'll be one more. And then my series of classes start on the 28th of September.
Oh, that's exciting.
So if you're in Dunedin and you're looking for a drawing, they do botanical drawing and they do anatomical drawing. I wasn't interested in the anatomical drawing. I'm just a Victorian lady that wants to do flowers.
Do you know what they use as like anatomical subjects? Is it like they grab
People.
Yeah, but like cadaver people or like real people?
No, alive people.
Because anatomical drawings I would have said was like the tissue and the muscles, like the Da Vinci drawings.
I think they teach you about that because it's important to know what's
The
underneath.
structure behind, yeah.
No, they don't use cadavers, Victoria.
Oh, that's less exciting.
Good Lord. So if you're interested, it's through Ulverston. It's not actually in Ulverston anymore.
Oh.
It's somewhere else. It's on George Street somewhere. It's called the Garden Studio, but they don't give you an address, so that's helpful.
Doesn't sound sus at all.
No. It's,
No, it's not sus.
in fact, a friend of mine showed me what she'd achieved in the class. It was amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was talking to a new friend that I've made, and she'd been wanting to do it, and she was like, "Oh, I've tried drawing classes in the past, and I'm rubbish." And like, I don't care if I'm rubbish. I just want to see progress. If I'm like A rubbish, by the end of the class, I want to be L rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. And if I'm always like a bit rubbish, that's okay. I just want to make art. It doesn't matter how good I am. I'm not there to compare myself.
Exciting.
So, and I have tricked the husband into doing another. You know how I did a month where we would draw each other for 10 minutes?
Yes,
We're
that
gonna
was
do it
awesome.
again. We're
Are
gonna do
you?
it again? He said, can we just wait until we're a bit settled in the house? Because we're doing a lot of extra driving because we have to come via port to drop the dog off at our old house so that she's in a safe space.
Oh, because you haven't had the
But now we have a dog run. We just have to set it up. So she'll be able to stay in the little house. But yeah, he said, yes, let's just get a little bit settled.
Lovely.
He's such a sweetie.
Lovely.
He just says yes.
He's not hoping you forget.
No. I forget names and all sorts of important stuff, but not that.
Oh.
So yeah, that's it.
That's us.
So
What have you got
Yeah.
plans for the next 2 weeks? Just getting some crafting done?
I really want to crack on with my quilts.
Oh, yeah, because you've got like a bajillion of them.
I've got 5 quilts on the go. I just really want to crack on. Part of my motivation as well is that I don't want to accumulate material. So I've got enough material to move to the next phase. I want to use that material to move to the next phase. Oh, and I ordered my, I don't know if I told.
I don't think you've told me, but I don't think you've told.
Oh. So in my little house, we have the little house, 40 square meters, and then we have 2 sleep outs, which is 10 square meters each. I'm going to have a studio for the first time in my life.
How many square meters?
10. But this is for my textile studio. So it has a little deck as well. And on the deck, I'm going to have my dye pots and things.
Ah, that's so cool.
So that I don't have to keep like resetting things up. I plan to finagle a solar oven for my dyeing. So I don't use energy for that. I just use solar energy for that. Like
That's so cool.
literally the sun. But also I'm going to be able to set up my quilting stuff and all that stuff. So hopefully, I had a chat with the builder today. Oh my God, if you get a chance, marry a builder. Or be a builder. Whew. So anyway, hopefully that will get, I'm thinking maybe by 6 weeks from now, my studio could be done, my bridge could be done, and my little decks could be done.
Oh, is he going to do all of it?
He's going to do those 3 things.
Fantastic.
I just need to get hold of some microcarpa. Yeah. We'll
Where are you
see how
putting the
that goes.
macro?
The bridge top is macrocarpa,
Ah.
and the deck tops is macrocarpa.
Yeah.
And he's going to do the foundation for my little
Oh,
studio as well.
fantastic.
Well, hopefully. I mean,
So
I've said,
one day we'll film from your studio.
yeah.
So cool.
So that's exciting. Yeah, so things are progressing. But it's just really nice to be in Waikouaiti. And I found out there is a Spinners and Weavers and an Embroiderers Guild chapter in Waikouaiti.
That's so cool.
They only meet in the week, so during the daytime.
Oh, that's less cool.
So they're clearly all retired. I think Waikouaiti has traditionally been a farming and then kind of retirement community.
Yeah.
It's not now. It's just a real mixture of people. But obviously there's enough retired people to make it work for like Wednesday morning and Thursday morning. So I'm not going to take I'm just going to try them out once, I think.
That'd be cool.
Probably in the new year now. Let's face it, we're like
The years, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We're on that crazy mad rush up to the end.
too much
Terrifyingly
going on now. And with me not feeling great. But I thought next year, instead of taking a full day off, I would just like take 2 hours off.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's exciting because it literally is on the same street as I live.
Oh, really?
Just further up.
Nice.
Yes. So it's just in a church.
Nice.
So yeah. So that's it. How about you? What are you goaling for?
Well, I've got to get the next couple of beans for my stitch along done, and I would like to start the prep for the 17th century embroidery. And
Well, continue because you started, haven't you?
continue, yep, get that progressed along, and do something else. Hopefully my energy levels will be up and I'll start really churning out some product.
Yeah.
Not product, but you know.
I'm trying to find. I know there's a New Zealander that has put out a Flosstube.
Ah,
I haven't watched it yet. I just haven't had the energy.
yes, she came to our
To our Zoom.
Yes,
So if
we
you want to
mentioned
try it
last
out,
week.
I'm trying to find what it's called.
It's on my phone, but we're filming on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Flosstube. Oh. I don't think she's put a name
You
to
click
her
on
channel.
it, does she?
I don't want volume. Oh. Oh no, it must have come from a story. Oh no, maybe there. One
Technology,
moment,
One moment.
It's called Nara's Crafts. So Nara is spelled Ngara''. Nara's Crafts. And she's got her first Flosstube up.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's
so,
awesome.
So go have a look if you're after some more New Zealand content. And I'm sure at some point I will find the time and the energy to watch it. But yeah, it's always exciting when you hear of a new New Zealander
That's great.
doing that. Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
So, that's all. Have a lovely fortnight. Look after yourself. Try not to get COVID.
Yep, and we'll see you in a fortnight.
Yeah.
Ka kite.